Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to part 3 of my makeup and collection declutter series for 2024. In this video, we're going to be decluttering my foundations, concealers, and correctors. Usually I do the foundations and the concealers separate, but as you can see, I didn't really purchase a lot of foundations this year. I actually used up a lot of products, which I'll be talking about in my all the makeup that I used up in 2024, which I'll be talking about later on this month. So this should go pretty quickly. We're going to start off with foundations. I've got my tea here all ready to go. Let's go ahead and jump in. Let me start with this one. This is from Eyelash Studio. This is the Satin Buildable Drops. I really like this one. This one is the older packaging. They did recently repackage it. I'm going to use this one up because I do like it, but once I finish it, I'm going to go ahead and get it in the repackaged version. This is such a nice foundation. It literally costs $1 on Shop Miss A, and it looks so natural and just soft on the skin. I love this one. Another one I'll be keeping, this is actually a foundation mix-in. This is the custom mixture foundation and concealers from Paw Paw. The shade is in white. I was going to pick some more up in my last haul, but unfortunately they had sold out. So as soon as I come back in stock, I'm going to grab them. I use this one to mix in foundations that are a little bit deeper, and it works so good. I have been loving this. I would definitely be keeping this, and I'm definitely going to pick some more up as soon as it comes back in the stock. Next we have from Mora. This is the Complete Wear Soft Matte Foundation. My shade is in 700W. This is the perfect soft matte foundation. It looks so soft and natural in the skin, but it's super long wearing. I absolutely love this formula. I will definitely be keeping it. The first one I'm going to declutter is this one. This is the About Face. This one is called the Performer Skin Focus Foundation. The issue that I have with this one is the applicator. It's one of those gigantic doe foots. I feel like the application is just not very sanitary. Like you want to take this gigantic doe foot and just apply the foundation directly on your face, and I just don't like that. I wish this was a pump. And the shade is also a little bit darker. I don't mind the shade being a little bit deep because I can mix it with my shade adjuster drops, but yeah, I just don't feel like this is a very sanitary application way of foundation, so I'm going to declutter this one. I'm also going to declutter from Haus Labs. This is my Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. I got the shade Too Deep. What is this shade? Does it say medium neutral? On the Haus Labs website, the shade descriptions are very weird. The description of this one makes it look like it's lighter than what it is, but it's actually much deeper. What I've been doing is mixing it in with one of my Screen Queen foundations. I got 2 of these from a subscriber as a gift. I've been talking about how this is one of my absolute favorite foundations and it was discontinued. So she found 2 when she picked them up and sent them to me. So what I've been doing is I've been mixing this foundation with this one and then mixing it in with the shade adjuster drops. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter both. This one because I've had it for a long time and it's just time to go ahead and let this one go. And this one because it's almost empty. Since I have the second bottle, there's no reason for me to keep this one, so I'm just going to go ahead and let both of these go. Obviously, we're keeping the Milani. I'm also going to keep the Sephora Best Skin Forever. I absolutely love this foundation. This was the first time I've ever used like a Sephora product. It looks so natural in the skin. It's super long wearing. I love this one. And my shade is in 25.5Y. It's a perfect shade, and it looks really beautiful. This one from Eyelash Studio, I'm going to declutter this one. This is the Matte Vision Foundation High Definition. First of all, it is not matte. This is more of a dewy finish. I feel like it just never looked matte in the skin. Wasn't very long wearing. I did not like the way this one looked. I've pulled this one out a few times trying to use it more, and I just don't like it. It's time to go ahead and let it go. The rest of these I'm going to be keeping. We have the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. The shade that I have is in medium warm 30. I love this foundation. This has become my favorite foundation this year. I use this one every time I film. I also use it anytime, I go anywhere special and I really want my foundation to look really nice. I have been using the heck out of this one. It's such a beautiful formula. We're also going to be keeping the Ulta Beauty. This is the Complexion Crush Medium Coverage Foundation in Medium Tan Peach. It's not my absolute favorite formula, but I do enjoy it. I can make it work. The shade is absolutely perfect on my skin. And then we have Ardell. Unfortunately, I don't think Ardell makes the foundations anymore. But this is the Photo Face Matte Foundation Soft Focus Flawless Finish Medium 7.0. I found this in the Dollar Tree, and it is such a beautiful matte foundation. It is matte. and it looks very matte on the skin, but it doesn't look dry and cakey. It does look very natural and soft, and it's super long wearing. I use this one when I just really want my foundation to last all day, mainly like in the spring and the summertime. I will be keeping it. I only have about that much of it left. Unfortunately, once it's gone, I won't be able to repurchase it. That does make me sad. The last one I'm keeping, this is the AOA Studio Air Cream Foundation. This is a cream foundation. It's a little light for me. The shade I got is in Tan 1, but I've been using it as an under eye concealer and it looks so good under the eyes. The shade is perfect. It blends beautifully. It looks very, very smooth, gives great coverage. So I'm mainly keeping this to use as an under eye concealer. So of all of my foundations, these are the only ones that I am keeping. And I am hoping that in 2025, brands will start releasing more foundations that are like matte, satin matte, because I swear the last few years there's been this trend of hydrating, dewy, glowy, which is fine, but my skin is super oily. I do not need anything hydrating, glowy, or dewy. So I'm hoping that in 2025 we'll see some more matte foundations. All right, let me grab the concealers and we'll start to go through those. As I was organizing my concealers, I realized that I actually forgot 3 foundations. I got confused with the packaging and thought they were concealers. First, we have the AOA Studio Flawless Longwear Foundation. I love this formula. One's a little bit too deep for me, one's a little bit too light. So what I do is I mix the 2 shades. And the shades that I have are T1, which is Tan 1, and then M2, which is Medium 2. So I will be keeping these. This one I'm going to declutter. I got this one for a trying makeup from the Dollar Tree. It's from Be Pure. It is a Clean Beauty Glow Foundation. It's not a bad formula, but it just doesn't work for my skin. And even though it's a small tube, I'm never going to actually use this. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. Now let's move into our concealers. Let's do the correctors first. I think I only have 2, and that's the one from Ulta Beauty and the one from e.l.f. I think the rest of these are foundations. I'm going to keep the one from Ulta Beauty. This is the Color Correcting Concealer. The shade is in Peach. I love this one. It's lightweight on the skin under the eyes, but it gives really, really good coverage. Like, it's really good at color correcting dark circles. I've really been enjoying this one. This one, however, I'm going to declutter. This is the e.l.f. Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener. I have tried to make this one work. I hope that it would be like the one from Becca, because that one I absolutely love, but it's not. I just don't feel like it works very well. I don't feel like it color corrects very well. I don't feel like it gives me good coverage. And I feel like this one starts to crease really bad throughout the day. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. Next, we have from ColourPop. This is the Pretty Fresh. This is actually my 3rd time purchasing this concealer. The shade is a medium 90W. I will be keeping this one. I don't know if I'll purchase it again after I use it up this time, but it has been one of my favorite concealers. I'll also be keeping from Sephora. This is the Best Skin Ever Full Coverage Multi-Use Concealer in 26.5Y. I feel like this one gives me really good coverage. It doesn't crease badly or anything throughout the day. Love this one. We're also going to be keeping, let's just kind of go through a few that we're going to for sure be keeping. This is from Moira. This is the Lavish Creamy Concealer. My shade is in Affogato. I think that's what that says. Very creamy concealer. Looks really beautiful underneath the eyes. You know, with me being almost 50, I cannot believe it. I do have like little fine lines under my eyes that tend to crease. This one looks really beautiful. Gives me good coverage. It's a semi-matte finish, but it doesn't look dry or cakey in their eyes or anything. Love this one. I will also be keeping these next 2. First, we have from LYS. This is the Triple Fix Full Coverage Concealer in TG1. This is a very lightweight concealer, but when you consider how lightweight it is, it does give me really good coverage, which I love. This is one of the ones that I've almost used up. I have a few that may not be used up by the end of the year, but within the next couple of months or so will be used up, and this is one of them. Then we have from Revolution, this is the In Real Life Filter Finish Soft Matte Concealer in C110. This has been one of my favorites. It's a little light, but I find this one to be very brightening, and it does give me good coverage, so we're going to keep this one. We are moving right along, you guys. This one I'm going to declutter. This is the Flawless Liquid Concealer. It's from the exact same line as the foundations that I'm keeping. The reason I'm decluttering this one is, one, it is too light, even as a brightening concealer, and also it just doesn't give much coverage. I have pulled this one out several times throughout the year just to really use it to try to see if I like it and make it work. And I don't want to keep something that I have to try to make work. So we're going to go ahead and let this one go. The next I'm going to be keeping, this is from e.l.f. This is the Hydrating Camo Concealer in Medium Sand. This, I think, is either my 2nd or 3rd repurchase of this one. I Love this concealer. The original camo looked very cakey and dry under my eyes. This one is beautiful. I don't know if I'll repurchase it again, kind of like the one from ColourPop when I finish this one, but I have loved this formula. Next we have from Ulta Beauty. This is the Full Coverage Concealer in Tan Neutral. I would keep this one, except it is a little bit too deep under my eyes, so I have to use like one of my other lighter concealers with it. The formula is decent. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just way too deep under my eyes. I remember I did a full face of Ulta Beauty and the concealer was darker than the foundation. It looked different online, but yeah, that's the only reason I'm going to be decluttering this one. It's just way too dark. This one, I have almost used this one up. This is from Ardell. It is the Camouflage Concealer. What shade is this? In Dark 7. Got this in the Dollar Tree. I have really loved it. I've almost used it up and it's very old. I've had it for a long time. So yeah, I should go ahead and just let it go. I'm also going to let this one go. This is from Poudier. I got this from Temu. There's nothing wrong with the foundation in the concealer in itself. It's just really, really deep. I've been mixing it with this one from Revolution, but on its own, it is way, way dark. And also has this weird sponge applicator on the top, which I've never used. This is so hard. I don't even understand. Nobody would want to use it under their eyes. Way too deep, so we're going to go ahead and let this go. We're down to our last three. You guys, this video went by really quick. This one I'm also going to let go. This is the Bye Bye Dark Spots Corrector and Serum from IT Cosmetics. It has 2% niacinamide. What shade do I have? Tan Neutral. The reason that I'm decluttering this one is it's not technically an under eye concealer. It's meant for dark spots on the face. I figured, hey, since it's supposed to work for dark spots and it'll probably work for like under eye circles, but it just didn't really work very well. I didn't really get good coverage from it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go for that reason. This is the first time I ever used a concealer from it. I don't know how well it works on like, getting rid of dark spots or anything, but for under the eyes, it just didn't work very well. I will be keeping from one size. This is my Turn Up the Base Butter Silk Concealer. The shade is in medium 3. Such a beautiful concealer. The shade is perfect. It looks very soft and natural. Gives me good coverage under the eyes. Love it. And then this last one. I actually uncluttered this one. I decluttered it last year and then uncluttered it because I really wanted to give it another try and it just doesn't work for me. It's from AOA Studio. It's the Locked Creamy Concealer and mine is in MW2, so medium warm 2. Doesn't give me any coverage. I just don't like this one. It is absolutely nothing for me at all, so we're going to let this one go. Of all of my concealers, this is what we are keeping. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 concealers and then the color corrector, and then I have 6 that I'm letting go. So basically, was it half? Almost exactly half and half. All right, so that is going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The next one will be face and eye primers. I think that's what I'm doing. I'm actually waiting for a Revolution package to come, and I also ordered the Revolution Advent Calendar. The only reason why I decided to go ahead and get it was because it was 50% off, so it was only $30. If it had been the main price, which is $60, I wouldn't have gotten it. But I know that I have powders and concealers, not concealers, powders and primers that I have in that haul that I want to include in my collection. But when that gets here, we'll be moving forward, and I believe the next part is going to be face and eye primers. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please really give the video a thumbs up. It really does help with getting my videos into recommendations. If you're new to my channel and you are not already subscribed, I would love it if you consider joining my little family and hitting subscribe. Make sure you tap the bell so you don't miss a thing, and you can also follow me on my other socials. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.